I'm Allison Grant, and this is the story, so far anyway, of finding myself. The story begins with my earliest memory of my personal journey. In church, I danced, sang in choir since I could speak, and periodically played my flute with the choir. My musical experiences in my church are a huge part of who I am today. My biggest inspirations to involve myself in the arts were my Nana, great-grandparents, and Mom. My Nana has always encouraged me in music for as long as I can remember. She ran the children's choir at my church and showed me passion and love for music. My great-grandparents, who I was lucky to have in my life for 18 years, are the source of my musical talent. They both love to sing in choirs and listen to any music all their lives. They have passed their musical talent down to my Nana, my mom, and now me. My great-grandma supported me up until close to her last days, coming to nearly every concert and musical she could, right alongside my Nana, and on their other side was always my mom. Growing up with her as my inspiration is one of the best memories I have. She grew up doing musical theater in high school and singing in choir. So growing up, I would always hear her belting songs through the house. She also played flute, which is what made me choose the flute in elementary school. I even played on her original flute until high school. Growing up, I was involved in a lot of activities. I danced several hours a week, played soccer, which my interest didn't last very long, and I enjoyed art class. In the 5th grade, I was given my first opportunity to participate in All-County Festival, the youngest you can go, and went every year thereafter through 9th grade. Transitioning from middle to high school, I continued to participate in many activities and was excelling in choir, flute, and dance, and struggled to choose what I truly enjoyed. As for my support system, my family supported everything I did, but never pushed. They wanted me to enjoy life as much as I could and stay a kid. Their lack of pressure was perfect for me, as I am not a competitive person. They let me grow at my own rate, and I am thankful for that. When high school began, I struggled to find who I wanted to be with all my extracurriculars. Until my freshman year, my first turning point came around. I became the student director of the freshman choir. I loved the leadership. I went on to join the audition, women's choir, and concert choir, which gave me the opportunity to perform in Disney World for the Candlelight Processional, alongside Disney performers and my closest friends. I always knew I loved choral singing, but this experience with Disney solidified the decision to involve myself in choir in my future. I continued to grow vocally in choirs for the rest of my high school career. The next turning point to impact my future had to do with my involvement in band. I was never super involved with my flute for most of my playing because voice was my instinctive interest. But my teacher, Mrs. Conti, encouraged me to dig a little deeper, and the band family became my second home in high school. I became more involved and enthusiastic about the band program, and by senior year was president of my symphonic band. We toured to Chicago my senior year, and this was my instrumental turning point. My band of 105 received the highest overall score of the festival, surpassing our own wind ensemble. I even got to accept the award on behalf of my band. This experience was the most amazing musical and personal experience I could have asked for. It showed me that you do not need to worry about being good at playing instrumentally or technically advanced. If you have passion and love what you do and the people around you, you can achieve greatness. And this is thanks to this amazing woman, Mrs. Conti, my band director and an amazing role model. She has been nothing but an inspiration to me from my music to my life. I still keep in close contact with her today about my college experience and flute career, and hope to make her proud one day when I follow in her footsteps to make a music program as strong and close as ours was. My final turning point is thanks to my little sister. When she got to pick her instrument in elementary school, she chose the flute also. At first I was mad that she wanted to copy me, but I never knew the impact it would have. In her journey as a musician, I have been able to help and teach her as she travels through her own musical journey. In teaching her, I saw her look up at me as I look up to my teachers. I feel so content and joyful to see her grow that I never want that feeling to leave. From this moment, I knew I wanted to teach. I always considered being an educator, but those moments with my little sister showed me the pure joy and inspiration that comes with sharing and passing down your passion with someone else. Today, she still plays flute, is second chair in her band while taking Nisma solos, and just had her first piccolo debut. I am so proud of her and all she accomplishes. but I of course cannot forget how both my sisters have helped me on my musical journey as a whole. While my younger sister gave me inspiration, my older sister shows her unfazable support. Although classical music isn't exactly her thing, she's made it through many of my concerts, accomplishments, and loud practice sessions with only a few sassy comments. I know she will always support me as I do her and look up to her for her confidence and success. Through all this and 5 college auditions, I found myself, until now, here at SUNY Potsdam for the Crane School of Music. I added flute after my first semester because I missed playing so much, and now live a crazy life of 2 instruments. I may have found myself in these 3 turning points, but in doing this project, I found even more about myself. In looking through my past, I realized I would be nowhere without my family. Every member has contributed something special to help me find myself. My dad has taught me that not everything is as bad as it seems and to have fun with life. I look up to him to remember that. I am definitely a daddy's girl. He supports me in everything I do and is always there to catch me when I fall. My mom is not only a huge inspiration, but she has showed me to go after my dreams and stay true to myself. She is always there for a shoulder to cry on since I get all my emotions from her. She even surprises me at school when I'm homesick or have large events, and it means the world to me when she does. If it were not for my family, I would not be who or where I am today. They are all the source of myself from their support and inspiration. This brought me to all the amazing experiences Crane has to offer. I am now growing as a musician and person every day. I love this school and all it has to offer. Here and home with my family, I have found myself, a musician, educator, and passionate person. I am me.